We will be reviewing, discussing, recapping Beverly Hills Housewives episode 12. Welcome to Voices of Reality. Thank you for watching our video. I'm Farron. This is
Elisa.
Please continue to watch, like, and comment below. And if you haven't do so, subscribe and don't forget to share our video. So let's get into this episode and discuss.
Yes. So it starts out with they're still at the party because we leaving off from episode 11 where they were at what's the name Diana's party.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Erika's kind of like making her little subtle indirect comments about Crystal's eating disorder. So she's like, "Oh yeah, you don't want a chicken tender," when the waiter comes out with like chicken tenders, and like to me that was kind of like cringy moments, like that Erika said. Like it's like you saying that someone with an eating disorder that just kind of like divulge the issues that they're having, like, and you're making like little jokes about it. This isn't funny. But of course, Crystal being like, so non-confrontational and not aggressive or assertive, she didn't say nothing. She kind of just gave like a look.
Yeah, because in that scene, it seemed like Crystal was going to take the chicken tender. If I'm wrong, but it looked like they were passing it around and she looked like she was going to grab one. And Eric was like, "Oh, no, you don't want any chicken tenders." So Crystal is very passive, but I get from Crystal too, yes, she has a passive personality that I also get from her that she's above the pettiness. And she's one of those people like, I don't have time for this. I don't want to deal with the drama. I want to have a peace of mind. I also feel like Crystal's dealing with a lot of deep issues with the eating disorders, self-esteem issues, and who knows what else. So adding on to her drama might just put this woman over the edge. But a moment like that, Erika should have been checked. Because she should have been checked. And Crystal should have checked it to a point where social media would have been out for Erika. She probably would have been canceled. Because I decided to open up to show my vulnerability about such a serious topic. Millions of women die because of eating disorders, self-esteem issues, committing suicide. And you're going to joke right after. But what I find out is that Erika's inappropriate behavior is always an excuse because she drinks. Like, oh, because she was drunk, she said that. Oh, she didn't realize what she was saying. I get it, but if you're constantly making these, saying these inappropriate things or doing these inappropriate things, maybe you shouldn't drink.
Exactly. And I do think sometimes when people, like I always say, like I said, alcohol is like an inhibitor. Like it kind of makes you bring out your inhibitions and like flaunt it. And I just feel like if you're what'd you say?
Like the true man's drug. Like they tell, like when you drink alcohol, the real you come out.
Exactly. And me, as I have my libations, I'm a fun drinker. You know what I'm saying? When I drink, I like to laugh. I like to have a good time because that's me naturally. So it kind of just brings it out and makes it even more like extravagant because I'm fun and I'm funny. But I think some people, when they're mean-spirited, when they're kind of like a fighter, confrontational, aggressive, it's going to even like exacerbate that even more and escalate things. So I just think there's some people that don't need to drink. Like you don't need that because we don't need to enhance your personality. Just keep it, you already on the edge and on the cusp like of being a big bitch. Like we can contain you now. But with Erika, she doesn't need to drink because the messiness and the mean-spiritedness comes out of her like full force.
What I don't remember is whether Garcelle was there when Erika said it. I think Garcelle was there and kind of walked away. I can't remember. But
I don't think anybody else was there at that moment because I think it was just like them. Like it was so much going on, especially when you had a party. I don't think anyone heard her say it, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look back, but I'm just visualizing that. And it just seemed like it was kind of like, it might have been. I don't know. I feel like it was like, like you said, she was reaching for it and she kind of said it from like a little bit of a distance. And I feel like she was around other people.
What is it, babes?
But I'm ranch. Oh, what is this?
Chicken tender and barbecue ranch.
Oh my God.
You can't have this. It's a chicken tender and I'm not gonna eat that. All right, I need another drink.
Okay.
But like I always say, it just seems like whoever's there, even sometimes with Garcelle. And I know, like you say, Garcelle's classy. She's classier than me because I'm more in confrontational. And Garcelle is, she gives it back, but I just think it's in a little subtle way, like where I just don't think she lays down the law like how I would. So it wouldn't surprise me if Garcelle was right there when Erika says it, because I think that Erika gets away with so much stuff she has said and done. Like, and then it's like little bit of time Garcelle does kind of like react to it. But then there's a lot of times where no one says anything. So I don't know. Garcelle is being a little bit more vocal this season, but it wouldn't surprise me. Like, I need to see more from Garcelle. She's still not, I think people are so used to no one reacting to Erika. I think one little thing people say when Garcelle's like, oh, like, when we're going to get into like the stuff that she says afterwards. But to me, that's not even a big deal. Like, you need to really shut these bitches down abruptly, ASAP. So I just think when Garcelle says her little things, I think we all get hyped over it because it's like somebody saying something and no one ever says anything to big Erika. You know what I'm saying? To godmother Erika, not godfather, godmother Erika. Like, I just feel like people get so like, but it's really still disappointing to me. Like, I need more.
So again, and we'll talk later on because I've seen the other episodes that when Garcelle did speak up, the backlash she got on social media, her son. So we'll get into that. But I think with Garcelle, I do like Garcelle. I'm wondering if this is really Garcelle, or is she so worried about what people are going to think of her being the only African American on that show? So I feel like last scene she thread lightly, and I somewhat get it, but at a point you gotta come out and don't need to be ratchet about it, because she is the only Black person on that show. She is, sad to say, she is our representation of Black women on TV now, because a lot of these women, and again, some of our followers are white women who don't watch other shows that have Black women. So this is the first encounter of seeing a Black woman, how they speak, how they act, they're inside of their lives. So I think Garcelle being there, the minority, she doesn't have anybody but son who's still a white woman. She feels like everyone's judging her. I think she's very mindful what she says, how she says it, when she says it. I think that's what it is, because I'm wondering if that's really her personality, or is she really playing the actress fancy from Jamie Foxx and making sure I say things that do not come off as the angry Black ratchet Black woman?
Or
so that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Or is she really intimidated?
I don't think she's intimidated by them. I think it's not that she's intimidated. I think she feels she's on an island by herself. Because later on in another episode, they also mentioned, we've been friends for years, we've been friends for years. I think Garcelle's at a point where if I even go at Erika or anyone else, no one's gonna have her back. If she goes at Erika, it's gonna be her and Erika. And she needs to have that backbone to go at Erika and don't give a damn. And she knows when she goes at Erika, the other women are gonna isolate her. They are.
But she's already isolated. That's why, to me, I don't even think I will be able to think about that and be cognizant of. That's what I'm saying. I would have lost it already. Can't get over the fact of her telling her son to get the F up out of here, and it not really turning into anything. Like, to me, look at how much Erika is going in on Sutton still from last season because Sutton questioned her. Erika still isn't over that. So for Garcelle to sort of be over the whole, like, telling my son to get the F up out of here, like, it hasn't come up, it hasn't resurfaced. I don't know if Garcelle still feels a way about it. I wouldn't even know. But to me, to kind of like, that's not an issue. That would be an issue now and going on to the next season and forever after. I don't care how. She didn't even really give an apology. Like, to me, I still would be carrying that grudge till the end of time. And Garcelle just seems to be like, I don't know, she's too too passive for me.
I think for this show, Garcelle should not be on this show. They should not have a Garcelle on this show, and I think that might be a reason why they have a Garcelle on the show. Someone with a strong, really strong personality, a Black woman. I don't think they would put on the show because they will shut shit down.
Yeah.
They can't have certain women on that show. They probably already know Garcelle's personality. That's why they put her on there. I do feel like they do act like a unified team to where Garcelle feels if I speak up, no one's going to have my back. I'm by myself. And Garcelle is not, maybe she's afraid that they might get her out of the show. I don't know. Again, this is her moneymaker. And she's probably thinking if I just say enough to make a scene, but not say too much, that they kick me off the show. I don't know, but I too don't really feel like Garcelle is stepping up fully. And with the situation for her son, this is where Garcelle should have went off. Off.
That's what I'm saying. And even when, not to rehash the last episode that we talked about it, but I just still can't fathom how Garcelle walks in the place where they were at. I think, I forgot whose house they was at, Sutton, Kyle's, one of their houses. I think it was Kyle's house. And it was right after she cursed out the son.
Yeah.
And then Garcelle comes in, they say hi to each other, they sit down, they have drinks. It's like an hour or two later. And Garcelle, you can tell like she's waiting for, Erika to give the apology. I would have came in there with guns blazing. Like, are you going to come in there and be on some, hey, Erika, hi, how's it? You giving them a kiss, and then you just sitting back, hi, and then you're just waiting for her to bring it up. No, I'm not going to wait for you to bring it up to me. I'm going to bring it up to you, and we're going to start this. As soon as you see me, we're going to get this thing started. We're going to get this, clear this air right now. And I just hated the way Garcelle was like, almost like to me, she was like scared, like to bring it up.
So, yeah. And the thing is, when Erika was smart because she gave Garcelle a compliment, which I think was a backhanded compliment. It's kind of like, oh, yeah, and I noticed that your kids were sociable and this and that. And I'm like, why? Because they Black, they can't.
Yeah.
So with that whole incident, I'm just trying to, again, I'm still Team Garcelle. And I'm hoping the reason why she reacted the way that she did is because she didn't see what happened. Remember, Garcelle didn't see. Her son ran and said, oh, my God, the woman told me to get the F out of here. So I'm hoping when Garcelle watched it and saw what happened, that in the reunion she comes on. Like, I'm waiting for the reunion to see how everything pans out. Because again, there's a lot of social media buzz of what, Erika fans have been doing to her son on social media. Is this the moment in the reunion Garcelle is going to go ham on them? If not, then I won't be able to, have support.
All you need to say to me is you said F you to my kid, to my dog. I wouldn't even care who you said it to. You coming up in my, my place, establishment, house, whatever, and you telling my kid to get the F. If you said it to my dog, I would be offended. Ain't nobody gonna come in here talking to my dog, talking about get the F up out of here, let alone my child. I wouldn't even need to see anything. Like, I wouldn't even need to see it. You acknowledged it. Everyone else has acknowledged it. It would be, I don't, like you said, maybe the personalities. I just think these people, it just pains me to see how intimidated I think, including Garcelle, is over these people. These people are so intimidated.
Again, let's wait and see how Garcelle continues and ends up the season. But right now, I just feel like she does back down. She says what she says, but it doesn't have any effect. Like, okay, whatever. I think it's one of those things when somebody says something, no one is even taking themselves like, whatever, Garcelle. I think that's what it is. They're not intimidated by her at all. I think in the beginning they were, but once they got to know her personality, they're not.
Yeah, true. So I guess I'll wait and see. My prediction is that Garcelle is not gonna bring it like she should, but maybe, hopefully, I think like the Nenes and the people that got good reads and throw good shade of these housewives. I really think they hire like maybe gay men, because I think a lot of gay men are good with the reads and stuff like that. I think a lot of them, they have like people on their team to like throw them shots at the reunions. And Garcelle might need to speak to Nene, her team, whoever they got on deck.
Call
Yeah.
Frazier, call Kenya. They need a Kenya. They need a Kenya and a Marlo. They need a Kenya and a Marlo on that show.
Yeah, I don't know about Marlo. Marlo goes way too far. She probably start talking about, Erika's son and just start bringing up all kind of stuff, being a cop. Like, I wouldn't even want. Yeah.
But Marlo, the white people go after her, so I don't know. Or Kenya, we need somebody else. Garcelle.
Okay, I'm gonna give Garcelle a chance. We're gonna see at the reunion. I have high hopes for her. Well, not really, but I'm hopeful. Let's put it like that. Yeah. So the next one is Kyle talks about Sutton. Sutton couldn't come to the party. She has COVID. She starts talking about how Sutton is probably lonely. She's home by herself. Her kids are away and wherever with the father. So she's spending like these holidays alone. And nothing of that. Okay. She's okay. She's alive.
That's what happens
well
when you're
off.
divorced and single.
Exactly. And you're well off. You're good. make some good.
Are in that situation and broke. Rich women problems. It's not
exactly. She'll be okay.
Yeah.
But so Kathy comes over. Garcelle tells her that Erika and that she told her son to F off. Kyle butts in again to suck ass while Garcelle's explaining to Kathy what the situation is. And here go Kyle again. Well, I think we should cut her some slack.
Did you know she told my son to off, my 14-year-old?
You don't ever want to put yourself in a position of drinking and then losing control and doing something stupid.
No, absolutely not.
She's kind of like loosening up and feeling free with all of us, and she's maybe making little mistakes, and we kind of cut her some slack kind of a thing.
You cut her some slack. I don't need to cut her some slack.
And then that's when I would see. This is what I'm saying. This is where you got to continue on. Would you let somebody to call your kid to tell the bitch to get out of here? Something to call your little child a bitch or whatever? Because it's sort of along the same lines to me. So for Kyle, this is what I'm saying. Like, I just don't feel that Garcelle has a complete shutdown of these bitches. Like Kyle butting in, cut her some slack. Are you cut her some slack over cursing my kid out? Are you serious right now? Like, don't even come at me, because for her, I would be offended that somebody's telling me to cut her some slack because she cursed my kid out.
I agree. And because it's Erika, she's going through time. So I agree. That's the part where Garcelle should have went for Kyle's head. Because Kyle knows damn well that was one of her kids. It would have been a whole different situation. So I didn't like also where Kyle was trying to defend Erika in this situation. There's no defending her in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, again, Kyle taking Erika's side, she's a loyal friend to Erika, played that card where she felt Garcelle should get over it. It's not that big of a deal. But
Kyle, what were you going to say?
I mean, with the whole get the F out of here also plays a factor on how you raise your kids. There are people she could have told their kids get the F out of here and it would not have been a big deal because that's how they talk to their kids anyway. It's true. There are parents that talk to their kids like that, and there are kids that get talked to like that in their household who talk like that and would not have reacted that way that Garcelle's son did. Where the woman told, get the F out of here, it would have been like, I'm used to people talking to me like that. The fact that Garcelle's kids, well-mannered, respectable, and here we got a ratchety white woman talking to like that. It was a shocker. That lets you know how Garcelle raised her kids.
Yeah.
Like, this woman just said the F word to me. He's like, oh my God, Mom, she just told me to get the F out of her. He was mortified. Now, the kid who was a ratchet, who talks like that, or their parents talks like that, would not have reacted the way that they did. They would have been like, oh, get the fuck out of here, whatever. Or they would have said to the lady, whatever. Gave her attitude back. But I just feel like with Garcelle and Kyle, this situation, Kyle again was siding with Erika, and Garcelle just said one thing, and I guess in Kyle's mind it didn't mean much, and it moved on to something else.
That's what I'm saying. Kyle's gonna keep doing this. Like, she's gonna keep butting in. This is why I just say you gotta be abrupt, really to the point, shut bitches down real quick, real easy, and move along. And I just don't feel like Garcelle is doing a good job of that, because these bitches keep coming, keep resurfacing over stuff that involves me and my child.
Yeah. I mean, I used to a few episodes ago like Kyle, but this season I don't like her at all.
I don't. She is she's just, to me, she's just really just doing too much like mean girl stuff, like to me, mean girl bullying. And I just don't like it.
And the fact that she said to her husband, whoever was there, that she liked that. I don't know if it was her who said husband that, but she agreed with what Erika did. Like they were laughing at it. So, yeah. I mean, what did you expect her to say in front of Garcelle? I don't think she thought Erika did anything wrong.
But that's why you got to let her know what she did wrong, and then you got to put her child in it. Like, I want you to feel what I feel. Since you want to defend this, and when it concerns my child, that's when I'm going to bring in your child and let you know. Is it okay if somebody maybe called your daughter a bitch and told the bitch to get up out of here or something? I would emphasize even more, just so they can get the point. I probably would have said, would you be okay with me calling your daughter a bitch? Like, or something like that.
I see your daughter, I'll say, get the fuck out of here. Let me see how you like that.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
You got to make it sound worse, bitch. Get out of here.
Yeah. How you like them apples? Like, it was one of those situations. Like, you go to her party next time, like, bitch, you got the fuck out of here. And see Kyle's reaction. Right?
Yeah.
I would do that. And then that would be like epic TV. Epic.
Yeah, like, because she's taking up for it so much. You got to make her have some empathy and feel what you're feeling. That this is a child. This is somebody's child. How would you feel if that was your child? But her tunnel vision is so focused on, I got to have Erika's back. I got to defend her. I got to be a good friend. I got to be a good friend. Blindly being a good friend. So, yeah, no.
I honestly think if Erika had said that to Kyle's daughter, initially Kyle would have been upset, but she would have gotten over it. I don't see her making it a big deal because she's so stuck up on Erika. I think Erika would apologize and she'd be like, well, she was drinking. I don't see Kyle making such a big deal. Now, if it was somebody else like Garcelle or maybe Sutton that said it to her kid, she would have been upset. But if Erika said it, I don't see her getting that upset.
I think she would have, though. I think that would have been the deal breaker between them. And maybe that's where the beef would have stopped. Because I just think when it comes to like somebody's kid, I just think like I just can't see her and Mauricio getting over that, especially if the kid is affected by it. Like I don't know. But maybe I think that Erika probably would have been more sympathetic too. She probably would have first of all, I don't even think that would have happened. I don't even think, like I said, you know me, I'm always thinking like it has something to do with color and racism. I think it's subconscious going on here. So I don't even see that happening to any other women but Garcelle. But we already spoke about that. Watch our last episodes where I discussed why I think it has a lot to do with racism.
Because they've been around each other's kids quite a few times in these seasons, and nothing ever happened. First, now they're around Garcelle's son, and this happens. They've been around each other's kids before. Plenty of events.
That would never happen. And like I said, alcohol will bring out is that truth serum. And I just think all she saw was a black kid. And that's how my take is on it. You can comment down below and watch our previous episodes when we did talk about the son and her saying, get the F up out of here. You can give your opinion of that and let us know.
Yeah. The
next scene was, Garcelle and Diana sit down to have a discussion. And in more or less words, Diana apologized for her being a bitch at Garcelle's birthday party. I was surprised that she even fixed her mouth to apologize to Garcelle, but that's going to be short-lived. We'll discuss that in the next episode. But I was just surprised that she even gave her an apology.
Me too. I was actually surprised she gave Garcelle an apology. And she did say, she likes Garcelle. Garcelle liked her too. So it was nice to see her apologize, but like you said, let's see how long that lasts.
Yeah, and then she kind of I hate when somebody gives an apology with excuses. She was basically saying her son pushed every button imaginable on her. And that's why she reacted in such a harsh way. But she apologized for, her inappropriate behavior. So, I mean,
yeah,
I guess, it's a reason. She should be apologizing to Sutton too. But I guess, like she said, her buttons were pressed, whatever. And at that point, I was a little bit like feeling it was a genuine apology from Diana. So I
That
did
it was?
appreciate that. Yeah, that it was. I felt that it was a genuine apology to Garcelle. And like she was really trying to give an olive branch to Garcelle, like, let's just start clean from here. But obviously that's gonna go sideways in the next episodes. But at that moment, I did feel like, oh, I really felt like it was genuine. And she respects Garcelle enough to give an apology. She would never do that. Even though Sutton apologized to her a million and one times, she's not going to give Sutton that respect and value to accept her apology. But I felt that with Garcelle, she actually does kind of want to have some kind of connection.
I agree. I think she's over Sutton, but she wouldn't mind getting to know Garcelle.
Yeah. And the next scene is when PK and Dorit are at home and they discuss PK getting charged with a DUI.
And Dorit was saying supposedly he wasn't really drunk. I think that's a cover up. Didn't she say that he really didn't get a DUI, that the cops drove him home?
Yeah, it did sound like maybe he wasn't over the limit. It did sound like he might have been under the limit, but that's that white privilege. Because imagine a cop driving your boyfriend, your son's like as an adult home after they pull you over for a DUI.
Yeah, okay. I mean, unless the cop knew him.
Yeah, but no, it don't sound like the cop knew him because it still came out. If the cop knew him, that wouldn't even be coming out in, the public.
Garcelle did make a comment about that, but I really don't care. I guess Dorit was mad because he didn't tell her, which again, as a husband, you should be telling your wife these things. So that lets me know he doesn't tell her everything.
Yeah. And he only told her.
Huh?
And she said he only told her because she had to go pick him up or whatever. Because I don't think the cops drove him all the way home, or maybe they drove the car. It was something where he had to call her. It was like no choice where he had to kind of reveal what happened. But I don't think he would have if it didn't come out in the public and she didn't have to come pick him up or whatever she did. I don't think he would have told her.
Correct, but whatever. I didn't really care about that.
It made me see like she kind of like because some of these women, especially when you marry to a man with money, I just feel like some of them let a lot of stuff slide. And I felt like in that moment she did seem serious, like she was disappointed, and he was kind of like just brushing it off like, whatever, like I told you about it, get over it. And she was like, no, like you. Like, so I felt like in that moment, I felt like, okay, Dorit is putting her foot down. She's being a little bit assertive here. I'm proud. So,
pushover.
Yeah. And I just think he was kind of manipulating her in a way. So, but I just think the things that he was saying, it was like manipulating her, but she wasn't having it. So I did feel like, okay. So the next scene, they talk about Erika selling her clippings. Then she sits and have a sit down discussion with Lisa. Erika and Lisa have a sit down. So Lisa Rinna starts telling Erika how her drinking is getting out of control, which I was like surprised.
I wasn't too surprised when Lisa Rinna said that. I was just like happy that she said it. And with Lisa Rinna, I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I like her, sometimes I don't like her. Right now, I don't like her. But I think she could be a good friend, I think. But then again, there's the other previous season, she wasn't really a good friend. But I like the fact that she was very honest with Erika, upfront with Erika, and did it in a caring way. It wasn't like have a drink about it. I really like that scene with her. It showed her love towards Erika, basically. It really did.
I did see that too. Yeah, that's what surprised me, because a lot of times, like, I feel like with Kyle, I absolutely feel that Kyle is like just blindly trying to just be a good friend, not correct anything. And I think with being a friend, sometimes you do have to confront sensitive topics, like even whether it's how you're acting, how you are. Like, I think as friends, that's a part of your friendship. If you really are truly friends, you're going to have rough times. You're going to have uncomfortable conversations. And I just feel like with Kyle, she's not ready to have any uncomfortable conversations with Erika. And I feel like that's why I was surprised that Lisa actually brought that up, because that can be uncomfortable when you talk about someone drinking too much and they already like feeling, and you already like having so many excuses for this person. You're ready with the excuses. You're going off on other people who's bringing it up. Garcelle said that earlier in the earlier episodes, like that her drinking, is getting out of hand. And everybody was like making a big deal about Garcelle saying it, but Lisa essentially said the same thing.
So with Kyle, I don't like Kyle. I don't think she's a good friend. And the reason why, she's one of those friends that'll say yes to everything and then talk behind your back. She's one of those type, like, oh, how do I look in this dress? Oh, you look nice. And behind your back, Lord, she look fat in that dress. So she's not one of those friends I would want her to give me any opinions about anything, because I think she's probably going to lie to me. She wants to be liked. She wants to keep her friendship. So anything that she feels her friend may not like, it might be a touchy topic, she's not going to talk about it or kind of sugarcoat certain things. So I think Lisa Rinna at this particular scene showed that she is a true friend.
Yeah, I did. Even though I don't like Lisa Rinna. Yes, I agree. I don't like Lisa Rinna, so that did kind of make me, have some kind of warm feeling about her, because I was like, okay.
And Kyle, out of everyone else, should know how to deal or see the signs of someone with alcohol issues. Her sister was an alcoholic, so but you know how serious that is. That's the thing I don't understand. Kyle know how serious this could potentially be for Erika, and here you are laughing it off like it's not a big deal that a woman is medicated, taking medicine and drinking.
But I think that's what Kyle's excuse was. Like, that's why I'm not going to rock the boat, because I said something to my sister and it did rock the boat and we stopped speaking. So I just feel like she's using that as an excuse as to why she's not approaching the subject head on with Erika, because of what happened with her and her sister.
But it's the way that you do it.
Yeah.
Not you're alcoholic and you stop drinking. Like the way Lisa Rinna did it, it seems like she did it in a genuinely nice way to get through Erika, but not I'm judging and pointing fingers.
Yeah.
Where Kyle, on the other hand, it all depends. And Erika didn't get upset. And if Erika did get upset, that means then you're not a true friend, because I'm trying to help you out. But I guess it's how you do it. And again, not everything has to be on camera. That's when people fail to realize that everything got to be on camera. No, do not. So if you see this is happening on camera, there's always a phone conversation where the camera's off. They go, Erika, look, last time when we did filming, this happened. It doesn't seem anybody really said anything to her off camera. And Lisa Rinna decided to do it on camera. I doubt anyone would say anything off camera. Like I said, if that's your true friend, like if I'm doing a show like this with a friend and she's doing some crazy stuff on camera, I'm gonna pull her to the side, call her when the camera's off at 2:00 in the morning. Like, girl, you know this is gonna be on TV. Do you realize what you did last filming?
Yeah,
you know they got that on tape. Like I wouldn't have my friends back off camera. So it seems like they're not doing anything off or on camera.
Yeah,
friends. So I definitely gave Lisa Rinna a point for that. She got a point.
Yeah, and obviously Erika was receptive to it, because she didn't like go crazy, and there wasn't a reason why people are walking on eggshells to tell her. Like I could see if they were walking on eggshells and then Lisa Rinna approached her and then she just went the F off on them, and she didn't. She was kind of like receptive to it. She appreciated it. She let her know that she fell on her head or whatever when she was drinking that night. So
and Erika also admits that yes, it's a problem what she's doing. She never said, oh, she doesn't want to say she has she's an alcoholic. She don't want to say that because you don't want to put that out there. But she did say, I know I shouldn't be drinking. My medication shouldn't go for alcohol. So she has some point of where she's taking accountability that in saying that, yes, I know what I'm doing is not right. She never said that what she was doing was the best of the best. She did say that what she's doing is not right. So if somebody's already basically taking accountability with that, I think it makes it easier to talk to them. Unlike Kyle's sister, who was constantly not taking any accountability for drinking problem and was hiding it. She used to drink and come on set and hide it. Erika was drinking in front of them. It was a totally different situation. And it doesn't matter. I feel like if that's your friend, you need to separate the situation with your sister, because Kyle had other issues with her sister. They had other issues that wasn't just the alcoholism. So the fact that you bring that up with your sister, that was part of maybe a reason why it went left. But Erika's your friend. So if you see Erika's drinking herself to death, you're not going to say anything because you had a bad situation with your sister. It makes no sense to me.
And you rather see, and then you rather see her kill herself or kill someone else. Like, I don't know if she drove
on TV.
Yeah, I don't know if she drove home at these situations where she fell on her head. Like, who knows? They didn't discuss, like, how did she get home? Did she have a driver or did she drive herself home? Like, I don't know. I'm scared to even see. I see they edited that part out, and you really don't know. So it's like, for her to not say anything is actually, you're not a good friend. Like you're saying, like, she's not. So.
Yeah. Well, there was one during the Christmas part, Erika said she walked home, but the whole thing is messy, and I also blame the producers, but that's a whole different topic, which we did talk about the previous our previous video.
And even if you walk home, that's making you vulnerable to, like, the killer, the rapist, or anything else that could, you falling on your head and, like, blacking out. Like, so it's just like, to be outside and you're like, and for Kyle to me, it's just like, okay, I do respect Renna for bringing that up. She did. That is a caring friend. Even though I do not like Renna, I did see the good side of her. But I hope Renna does not come back next season. She needs to be fired. Hopefully, I'll get my wish. But
I never liked them big lips, them fish lip Renna. That's a new name, fish lip Renna.
Yeah, and then her just the way that she's like just sucking ass from Diana and whoever else.
You got enough lips to suck ass.
Yes. So the next scene was Sutton over Garcelle's house. And Sutton discusses being alone and being on a dating scene.
White rich women problems. Next.
Yeah.
Then it's expected. You're single, you're divorced. You have split holidays with your family. Like, I don't know why they put it in there, but it showed their friendship, how they're able to connect, because Garcelle's going through the same thing. So I think that was what that scene was for, how they connect as friends. Like this, because people are questioning, like, what the hell is Garcelle and Sutton doing as friends? Like, oh my God, people question because she's white, she's black, they different lifestyles, whatever. But they connect in that way. They are both single mothers. They are both divorcees. They're both, go back on a dating scene. Their last season, Sutton had a man. This scene, she don't. All the other women are married. So this is, again, why they connect. They do girls' night out. They hang out. They do whatever they want to do. They understand each other's lives. So I see why they connect. It has nothing to do with a black and white thing. It's women issues.
Yeah, I think their personalities can bring a connection on. Like, even if you do are coming, you might have had different upbringings. Sutton probably lived the life of privilege all her life when she was born, silver spoon. Garcelle's from Haiti. She might have been brought up, poor or whatever. But I do think personalities can make people connect. You could be funny. You have a sense of humor. Like, even though you might have your awkwardness, like, you might be able to touch somebody and connect with someone on that non-awkward side of you. And except as a friend, I might have friends that are awkward and have certain things, but I know what level and what things I can connect with. And we can be like, overcome a lot of like the awkwardness or whatever it is about your personality that may not mesh with other people or other people look down on. Like, people connect in all sorts of ways from different walks of life.
I really like their friendship. Out of all the reality shows, their friendship is the most that I like out of all. Because it seems genuine. I like the fact that in the confessionals, outside of confessional, they have each other's back. Like, a lot of these other shows, they're friends, and then you'll see something shady said in the confessional. You'll be like, oh my God, I thought it was just your friend. So I like that Garcelle is definitely a loyal friend. She has Sutton's back. I don't see Sutton saying anything negative about Garcelle. What I'm weary about is that this show may ruin their friendship, like every other show. So I think one of them probably needs to get off the show in order to keep their friendship.
I think as long as they stay strong, because we'll get into it the other episodes. Like, I do think that these bitches, the mean bitches, I'm going to call them, they are like a cohesive group, and they are a collective group where they come in at Sutton, they come in at Garcelle as a collective unit. Whereas when Garcelle and Sutton come together as a unit, everyone has a problem with it.
Yeah,
Everyone's looking down. What'd you say?
Then then all of a sudden she's a liability.
Yeah, they picking this apart. And once Garcelle and Sutton realizes this, and I think they do, like, I don't think they should have a problem. I don't think they should get off this show. You just have to realize what their intentions are. And their intentions are to break Garcelle away from Sutton so Sutton can be on an island by herself.
Yep.
And then they can just keep attacking her without any repercussions or any backlash. Because Sutton is like, she kind of like whimpers a little bit when it comes to like, you know, responding and having her back. I believe that Garcelle does give her that confidence and that battery in her back to come at them.
Yeah.
In a way.
And she knows if it goes totally left, Garcelle has her back.
Yeah. So I do. And I think they don't like that. They do not like that. So they are trying so hard to break up their friendship. But as long as they stay strong and they see what these bitches are trying to do, they should be fine. They just gotta like not let that happen, not let anybody manipulate them.
But is it me? But is it that I see that Garcelle have Sutton's back when there's confrontation more so than Sutton having Garcelle's back?
But Sutton don't even have her own back. Like that, you can't even expect people to come like when you don't even have your own back. Like I had a friend like that, and it was like, it's not that I don't have my back. I definitely have my own back. But she was like this tall, like Amazon type of woman. Like, so she would come at a lot of men. Like, and I think these men would forget that she was a woman and they would punch her in the face. She would get into like fights with these men. And I remember she would get so mad at me.
Oh no.
For not having her back. Meanwhile, I'm getting into fights with, I don't even got nothing to do with this, but because I'm with her, they affiliated me. So now I remember one time I had to fight a dude, like straight up because of her. And it was like all of us are brawling in there. But I remember her feeling like, even though I'm fighting with a dude, we got into a big conflict because she expected me to have her back in these situations when I'm not even, first of all, when it comes to a dude, at the end of the day, I know I can't beat a dude. I know my strengths. Like, you know what I'm saying? And as a woman, I know I'm not going to like confront. I'm not going to be confrontational with a dude, especially as a big 6'+ woman. I'm not 6 feet, but still she would do that all the time. And then she would expect me to have her back. And I don't even do that for myself. I don't fight dudes on the street. So why would you expect me to do that for you?
That's a friend I would have cut her loose. That is not a friend.
Well, we're not friends anymore. Exactly.
Oh, okay. No,
we're not. But it happens
as a woman.
Exactly. As you get older, you start realizing like, why every time I'm out at a barbecue or something, I'm fighting. She's fighting. Like, then you start thinking about it like the common denominator. Like every time you go out, and then it be with dudes. It don't even be with women. It's dudes. Like you coming at them, and it's almost like you picking fights with them, and then like they lash out, and then it's like, Elisa, why didn't you have my back? Like, no one, I'm by myself here. And then me and her would start fighting. So it's like, the same thing with Garcelle and Sutton, I feel like, but on a lesser, not as that situation, but it's along the same lines. It's like, Sutton doesn't even have her own back in that situation. Just like with me, I'm not gonna have my back when it's come to fighting with a man. I'm not fighting with a man. I'm not gonna have your back if you're fighting with a man. So it's kind of like with Sutton and Garcelle. She's fighting with these women and she can't even have her own back. She's like kind of whimpering, kind of weak, non-confrontational. So I can't expect her to have my back in that instance either. Like I have to be that strong one in that instance. Like maybe in other ways, Sutton could kind of fill the void for Garcelle in other ways, but not when it comes to like being confrontational. Sutton is just not that woman, not that friend.
Yeah, I just feel like even the son of Garcelle's son, they all should have just really spoken to Erika about it, but no one said anything.
Yeah, and they're not. I wouldn't expect
moment for Sutton to stand up and say something and be unified with Garcelle. Like really, that was really messed up. Erika, I can't believe you said that. No one said anything. So I mean, a friend like that too. That I don't know if I have your back, you better have my back. I don't care how weak you are. When certain situations come, if I'm your friend, you need to have my back.
No, I don't think you can expect
something
that.
Like that, not your situation. I'm fighting. But if it's something
it's along the same lines, though. Like maybe,
no, but the whole situation with her son didn't jump in and say anything. No
But
one
some
said
probably
anything.
someone do that for herself. Like you can't expect somebody to change their full personality because of how you are. You have to accept them for who they are. Like you can't change them. Like if it's something that they're at fault with, but I can't make somebody be confrontational because I'm assertive. Like,
True.
and it comes to that, you might let somebody curse your kid out, whereas I wouldn't allow that to happen. But I'm expecting you to like have my defense when you won't even have your own back and defend yourself.
That's
She
true.
can't
I give
defend
you that.
herself.
You're right. I have to remember who I'm talking about here, Sutton.
Yeah, and maybe you won't have a friend like that, but Garcelle has that friend. She accepts her faults, and you have to. Like we all have faults, and that's one that I think that Garcelle has accepted.
I think she's accepted. I think the reason why I feel that is because Garcelle is not as assertive, I guess. I don't want to say aggressive and stand up for her. So I feel like she needs somebody else to join in. And I was hoping it would be Sutton. Like Garcelle can't do it by herself. So it's kind of like she does it 50% and then it's just left on the table. But
yeah.
I like their friendship, but I get it. I think at that point, Garcelle knows if I have any conflict with these women, I'm on my own.
Yeah.
And if Sutton is drowning, I'll jump in and help her.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just that I think that they like kind of mesh well, like you said, like their friendship I really think is genuine. They accept each other for who they are, and it's like they don't put pressure on each other to be something that they're not. And I love how they correct each other and they'll say like little funny things. And even if it's not funny, when they're doing like the after show, like you can see how they have like a friendly, a real genuine relationship where she'll correct Sutton if she says something wrong or says something that may not be the truth, or she's, so I do like their friendship.
She'll comment about an outfit.
Yeah. I love that. And it's not like they don't have like this fake friendship like with Kyle and Erika where it's like, I'm afraid to say anything to you. Like that I might I gotta walk on eggshells. So I do like that. Next scene is Sutton starts picking out her dating outfits. She's going on a date with the guy that they FaceTimed over at Kyle's house, I think it was. Sutton has a date. He's an Indian guy. She goes out on the date with the Indian guy. And I don't know what she,
They both look awkward together.
All right, I'm going to take my mask off. How are you?
Good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you too. I don't know about you, but I'm a plain pizza eater.
You eat seafood? Well, I love the music.
I know, I love music.
Yeah.
I love live music.
Yeah.
Garage bands, like that punk scene.
Yeah. The Clash and the Sex Pistols and the
Clash,
Buzzcocks.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what was she wearing? It was like, come on, have a little bit of, I know, like I said, like you got to accept people for who they are, but a little teeny bit of sex appeal. Like, what was she wearing?
Probably $3,000 outfit.
It was. She did have like a bag that was like $10,000 or something like that, but it was like, come on. Like men don't care about the price tag of these bags. They don't even know.
They don't know
if you've seen a rainbow bag, a Dollar General bag, and a high-end bag from like Louis Vuitton or something.
They don't care if your outfit is $10 or $10,000. If it's sexy, they don't give a damn how much it costs. Sutton has no sex appeal. It was like two awkward people eating. He didn't look too attractive either. It was kind of like...
He wasn't. That date was all the way awkward.
Yeah, it was not a good date at all. I don't know why they put it on there, but it was very one of those moments that I had a good laugh.
Yeah, and you see the part where she discussed having a flesh-eating disease?
She just doesn't know what to talk about.
Like, I know we shouldn't be judgmental, but no, I'm good on that flesh eating.
I'll be running home to take a shower if he hugged me.
Exactly. All I'll be thinking about is this bacteria falling on the table, my food. And when I think of flesh eating disease, I'm thinking about like some kind of insects or like tiny microorganisms eating your flesh. And then it might be on the table.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was just a weird date.
Yeah, she needs some tips. She needs help to kind of like navigate the dating scene a little bit better, to have people, to keep them. Like the bacterial flesh-eating disease would have me running out the door. So the last scene is Garcelle and Erika going out to eat for dinner. And they discuss Erika's sex life. She feels like sex is better than going out on a date, having a slam bam, thank you, ma'am. Basically, that's what she's saying. And Garcelle talks about, she kind of approaches the subject sort of like Renna did, but I don't think Erika kind of like respects it as much from Garcelle. I think in that moment she did, though. I think Erika did kind of feel like it was a girls' night out having a conversation, because she did reveal like, yeah, I was home and I busted my head open or whatever. She fell on her head or whatever she did. And Garcelle just told her like you was a little tipsy, but Erika revealed she blacked out. She don't even remember some of the stuff. And Garcelle says that like she recognizes that, you know, Erika does know that she has a problem.
I think that Erika said that to Garcelle, but for Garcelle that was a red flag. Like, what? You're that drunk to where you fell and you hurt yourself? It could have been worse. You could have had a concussion. You could have died. So I think Erika said it in a way like, yeah, I was drinking and I fell and hit my head. Because a lot of people that drink and get drunk, those are like drunk stories that they think is funny. That, oh my God, I was drunk. I was so drunk last night. I fell down my stairs, almost broke my leg. You know, that's funny. Where Garcelle saying this is serious. Like, you were so drunk that you fell and hurt your head. So I think that where the disconnect was between those two. Because later on that comes up again, that conversation. So I think Erika said in a lighthearted way and Garcelle took it very serious.
Yeah. To black out and fall, like that's serious business. And to, you know, couple that with your taking medication on top of the alcohol, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Yep. But again, not everybody take things like that serious. So.
And then they go on. What'd you say?
I said that would be a demise after a while, and I think later on Garcelle will say that today. I wouldn't give a damn what happens to Erika. Like your life does not affect me. You die tomorrow, you get into a car accident, whatever, does not affect me. We're not even that close. I think that's where it's gonna lead up to what Garcelle's gonna be saying to Erika.
Especially if I'm showing you and I'm genuinely not even just showing you, but you know, we all know like what our intentions are. Like, you know, if you have evil intentions, you know, and especially it would hurt me so much like if I were Garcelle and I really do have genuine concern, value for my friend, and I really don't want them to hurt themselves. I don't want them to hurt anyone else. I don't want to get them in trouble. And you're taking it like I'm really trying to do you harm. That's when I would be like Garcelle said, but we'll talk about that. But I'll be like, F you. Because now it's like you really taking my concern as evil intentions. Are you serious? That would be so offended. Of course, Erika doesn't see that. So then they get on the subject of, you know, Sutton. And that's where Erika makes the comment about,
I'm glad you have Cherie because I think Sutton is a liability for you.
Really?
Yes.
Why does everybody come down on her?
Because she's unpredictable in some ways.
And what do you think?
I mean, Erika, like we mentioned before, I think she's just trying to split that duo. I don't see how Son is a liability. Erika's a more of a liability than Son is to Garcelle. So I think she just said that to kind of ruffle Garcelle's feathers and make her think like, is what Erika is saying true? Why? How? And I think later on in the episode, she explains why she used the word liability. But even when she used it, I don't agree. I don't think Son is a liability, any of them.
I don't think so either.
So Erika's just trying to stir up the pot between those two. And I'm happy Garcelle and Son were able to see right through it.
Yeah, and I think they see like how we're saying, like it's a genuine friendship between Garcelle and Sutton. And I feel like the girls don't like that. They love it when Sutton is alone and they can just, you know, pile up on her. But now that Garcelle is on the scene, and not only is she on a scene, but she's actually like defending her in a way, I don't think they like that. Like, I don't even think any little defense of Sutton they don't like. It's like they want to be able to bully her, like alone. Like, I think they're already bullying her, but it's like Garcelle is kind of like being a block in the way of that. So
yeah, because Garcelle actually stands up to them for Sutton, and they don't like that. So the
Mhm.
whole liability, it's false. I think it's more so they don't like that Garcelle sides with Sutton and
Yeah.
defends Sutton and is a good friend to Sutton, is a loyal friend to Sutton. I think that's the issue.
Absolutely. And that's where it ends.
And we'll have to wait and see what happens next episode.
Yeah,
So
and like you said, it's
Yeah.
gonna continue. Like you said, it's gonna resurface. So we're gonna talk about that too, the resurfacing of Garcelle's concern for Erika.
Yep. So thank you for watching our video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please continue to like, subscribe, and comment. Do you think Sutton is a liability? Do you think Garcelle needs to step it up a little bit more and give it to these women? Is Kyle a good friend? Do you see Rena in a different light for basically speaking to Erika this time about drinking a little bit too much? How do you think? What do you think? Do you feel that Erika is drinking too much, or she's just having a great old time? So continue to watch our upcoming videos, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Ciao.